What is up, everybody? It is Revv time, and I just realized I'm wearing a Martin shirt, but that's okay. I like Martin guitars. It could be Revv Martin time. Welcome to Revv Martin time. What if there was a dude named Revv Martin? Like this secret dude, his name's Revv Martin, and we come up with this whole concept. We make shirts and everything, but you never see the guy. It's like, oh yeah, Nuno Bettencourt, best in the world. Eddie Van Halen, God rest his soul, best ever was. But have you guys heard Revv Martin? Oh, and hey, if you're digging this content, please subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you. Hit that like button, ring the bell dingy thing. Apparently the algorithm likes that, and make sure that you actually see what you subscribe to. So let's get to it. All right, so anyways, what am I thinking about? Well, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. And you know what? He might be right, but that's why I'm doing this. We were talking about bridge pickups, specifically humbuckers, and if you're playing with a lot of gain or perceived gain, in my case, it's more gain. What I've got going right now is more gain than I would typically use, unless I was on a session where that's what they wanted. But anyways, you can't hear the difference between bridge humbuckers through a high gain amp. Now, I'm using my Revv 120. I'm using channel 3. I don't have a lot of gadgetry turned on, no aggression modes. I have the gain at like noon. And it's a, you know, especially for, you know, a guy like me, it's a good amount of gain. And the first guy to catch that reference, I only played the first 3 notes actually, wins my love. Anyways, okay, so that's the amount of gain. I dialed the amp in specifically just with this guitar. I'm not going to touch the controls. I'm just going to bounce through some other guitars with humbuckers and just see what you guys think. So here's the Duesenberg. Okay, dad rock. I'll try and play the same goofy dad rock thing just to keep things in perspective. Let's go from that to, let's do the Collings. Okay, so the Duesenberg has the Duesenberg pickup in it. Those things sound pretty darn unique. They're pretty stringy. Okay, so that's what's going on in Duesenberg. This has throwback SLE 101s in it. So as much as I'm going to want to, I'm not going to touch the controls on the amp. I'm just going to play something similar. Okay, so there's the Collings with the throwbacks in it. That's a really good guitar. Okay, let's go from that to, you know what? Let's go to the Gibby. This guy has custom shop pickups in it. They're not potted. They're Gibby pickups. Not potted, not super hot. So let's see what happens. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep my silly little opinion to myself because I wanna honestly hear what you guys think. Okay, so that's the Gibby. Let's go with this guy. Suhr Alt T. This one has thornbuckers in it. And same deal. Right on. Last but not less is my good old PRS DGT. This is the one I toured with, I think back in 2010. Is that when I got this thing? Let me see. Yep. So this is the one I toured with. We'll do the same thing. Back humbucker. Here we go. I love that guitar. I've had it a long time. Now, just to be a smart aleck, I'm going to try these humbuckers, which aren't. It's a Telecaster. Telecaster. It's not. It's a Suhr Classic T. If I call it a Telecaster, then it's going to have an F on the headstock, and then I'm going to get FU from people. So it's a Suhr shaped like a Telecaster. Okay, so what happens, and I have no idea what's going to happen, but let's just try it. It's on the back bridge pickup. So, what do you guys think between all these guitars? Maybe use headphones, maybe, so you can bounce around if you want, but I really want to know, like, what your initial impressions were as you heard each guitar, just going through it without even going back through and like, okay, now I'm going to start here, I'm going to start here, I'm going to start here. It'd be interesting just to know what your initial impressions were as far as the difference. For me, definite feel differences. Some things were a bit no-fairsies because certain pickups have more output and less. There's definitive differences that I could hear as well as feel while I was bumping through all these guitars without touching the amp and only having dialed the amp for the first guitar, which was the Duesenberg. And also, if you have a favorite one of all the guitars, let me know in the comments because I would love to know. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.